Hi everyone, welcome back again. Good morning to you. Good afternoon. We are back again this morning. I just want to give you an update to you. Maybe it's afternoon. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are here again to give you updates. There's something that I want to share with us about European people trying to their role in Sahel region. All right, and what people are saying about it. It is clear that Tinubu's visitation in England has come to an end, but there's something that he signed that people are talking about. We are going to go through it in this video. I want you to join me as we move towards the whole thing. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel in case if you are new. And before then, there's something I want to share with us. Very, very important before we go further. Many of you are asking about my second channel, and I promise that I will display it here in this particular video. So without wasting much time, let me just tell you how to locate that particular channel. All right, so as you can see on your screen now, this is my second platform, and I will encourage you to do all you can and follow it up there. All right. You can see here this place, in case you want to search it, because if you search through Dex, you may not see it. Just type ads through Dex at through Dex underscore 001. What you are seeing here now, okay, this part, let me highlight it for you. Yeah, if you copy this, just type it the way it is at like the symbol through Dex underscore 01. This is our second platform, so I expect you to subscribe to this platform. Currently we have only 3,400 and something. So, and like I said, please support us on that, and we are going to appreciate you. God bless you as you do so. Now, I would like to go straight to the program. I have to do so. But before that, again, let me appreciate all of you that helped out our brother that requested for help. And you know yourself. May God bless you and reward you. There's a message that he sent to me where his children are very grateful about what you have done, even though I didn't request for that, but he did it. Let me play this. I would like to start from here. Let me start from here. The message is here. Just a moment. Okay, this is a message I got from him. So they want to thank you. So this message is from him and his children. Although I don't know why he chose to do that, but honestly, the message is not for me. It's just that they made a mistake by calling me out. It should be you guys that made it possible. All right. Listen. So they want to thank you.
Thank you for all your support. We thank you for being supportive to us. Thank you for being supportive to us. We can't thank you enough. May God bless you. God bless.
As you can see, the message is quite emotional, but it's just that, like I said, it's not about me. It's about you guys that managed to, come for his rescue. Some are still coming up, even at the moment. Even at the moment, some of you are still calling for, answering the call, which is very, very good, and I really appreciate you for that. Please, in case if you still want to assist him, because the barrier they have not done it, the money is not enough yet. So I still believe that somehow one thing will happen, that kind of thing. That some people will still want to, assist him and kind of help him. Like I said, very, very important that if you can, please step up and help him. All right, so I'm gonna end it here. Let's go straight to the program. If you want to help him, you can reach out to me. Then I will give you the information. Okay, this is my WhatsApp number. I will give it to you. Very, very important that you do so. So thank you so much, and God bless you. Now, this information we are about to discuss now has to do with the plan of Europeans, what they are trying to do in Africa, because I felt like there's a cold war between Africans and the West. Some countries in the West, like America, every country have their own agenda. We all know that. But some people are taking advantage of Africa due to the kind of weak leaders that Africa has, and that is what is playing out. So the issue is that many countries in Africa that are supposed to know better or do better are, you know, they are not doing their job. That's just gospel truth. They are not doing what they're supposed to do. They're kind of playing games against the well-being of other African countries, which is very, very shocking and is quite disappointing because many other countries in Africa actually depends on the so-called giant or big country in Africa, but none of them are living up to their expectation. They are not living up to their expectation. Buhari went to UK, and what he did is to sign, a contract that is questionable. Did I say Buhari? I think Tinubu. They are all the same anyway. Tinubu. So please pardon me on that. Let's start. Let's start with this. Let's start with this because it is good to go through this post. Okay, I think that's the best way to start this particular program. What you are seeing here now is from Sahel Revolutionary Soldiers. They made this publication a kind of setting alert for people to understand what is about to happen. Maybe maybe it has started, or I don't know. But we know that most countries in Europe are actually taking advantage of the gullibility of the African leaders to enrich themselves. It says the European Union is planning to invade Niger. Africa has suffered too long from foreign interference, disguised as a partnership, which is what the leaders will tell you. We have signed a partnership with it. Don't worry, we are going to go. The recent one from Nigeria, you may be help you to understand. So underline that word, partnership, and the pretense behind it. Whenever African nations rise to protect their resources and sovereignty, pressure and intimidation follow. We see it, we feel it, and we reject it. Africa is not a tool for external interest. Africa belongs to Africans, our land, our future, our decision. While African Union and ECOWAS stay silent, history risks repeating itself. History risks repeating itself. After the invasion, they will realize their mistake. But African must rise now, not later. We cannot allow another 2011 NATO intervention in Libya in our lifetime. We will not let history repeat itself, especially against Sahel nations like Niger. Africa must stand together and defend its future. Guess the picture you are seeing here? Macron, the one from France, and people are African people sweeping all those people away and all that. People need to understand that it's not a call for war, yeah, it's a call for freedom. The Sahel region, and Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. These two leaders are the only hope for now. Even though the alliance between them and Russia, some people fault them on that, but you have to weigh your opportunity and choose the alternative and choose the one that will help you. Do you want to tell me that you trust France than Russia? Is that what you're saying? Think about it. Apart from what Russians are doing, trying to ignore the fact that some Islamic world are trying to take advantage of the everything and advance their what they call the Sharia, because in Russia they don't entertain anything Islamic domination or dominance. They don't. So other countries need to adapt, need to learn from that. Countries that have vowed to live that kind of life, let them live it. Let them, be the way they want. But if you are fighting against people's freedom, if you are fighting against people's liberation, if you are fighting against people's, way of life, like Biafran, for example, If you are from Mali, Niger, or you are from Burkina Faso, you are from Ghana, Cameroon, Senegal, South Africa, Mozambique, Burkina Faso, like I said, and Tanzania, any country at all within African space, and you don't appreciate the fact that people need to focus on their independence, freedom, you are actually not protecting yourself. We need to learn from what happened, how Europeans build their continent. They divide themselves along tribal line. They divide themselves along tribal line. That is what Africa needs to do. Because some people have the agenda. Some people's way of life, you cannot just force it on other people. And you cannot force other people to be like you. The moment we learn how to let people to live in their region and practice what they believe on, is better. But if you are pretending that you need to keep it the way it is because you form an alliance with Nigerian government, you are actually calling for insecurity in your own region. It is not done on African leaders. That what happened in Libya have created a lot of issue in African space, in African continent. And if you allow all that thing like that kind of insecurity to keep on happening in Africa, you are not you are not doing yourself any good, because at the end of the day, people will still come back to you seeking for refuge, dragging you, or even create more, difficult, more challenge, security challenge for you and your own country. Now you are living large, you have your freedom, everything is going the way you want, but coming and interfering at another people's freedom should be something that you yourself need to avoid. I made mention of African countries in Europe, how they build themselves. What is
Don't know the difference between England, Great Britain, the United Kingdom, and the British Isles. Let's understand it. The entire region in Europe is called the British Isles, which includes two major islands. The island on the left is called Ireland, and the island on the right is called Great Britain. Ireland is made up of two countries. The small country in the north is Northern Ireland, and the country in the south is the Republic of Ireland. On the right side, Great Britain is made up of three countries. At the top is Scotland, below it is England, and on the left side is a smaller country called Wales. When you combine England, Scotland, and Wales, it is called Great Britain. This is the same Great Britain that once ruled a large part of the world. Now, if you add Northern Ireland to Great Britain, it becomes the United Kingdom, also known as the UK. In simple words, the UK is a union of four countries, and all four share one common capital, London. If you found this information useful, don't forget to like, share, and follow.
now, because of this pattern of boundary that they draw among themselves, it helps other regions. If people in London, in UK, felt like, in England, if they felt like that accommodating Islam is the best, the decision of royal family in England cannot have much. They don't have much say to people of Scotland, because people of Scotland, they may decide to use the police and comb and stop invaders, whereas people of maybe England, they may be like, oh, we don't mind, let them take London, let them stay here. It will be difficult for them to attack other people, even though they are very close. But if you want to say, oh, we are one, there's a unity in our diversity. Once King Charles made any mistake, it will affect the entire Scotland, Wales, and other region in the other countries, within in that part of the world, in that region. It will bring automatic security challenges for them. That is restructuring that people, the same Britain, are telling you don't accept. They are the one allegedly advised Gowon not to accept restructuring that Ojukwu and Gowon agreed in Aburi. Now, let's go to the current information. Today, we are going to listen to few things that happened in Tinubu's visitation to England. The Sahel, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, and climate change are responsible for terrorism in Nigeria, Tinubu claimed. All right. Now, when you look at this post, you will realize that it's quite funny. Now, hear what Tinubu said here. Let me start from beginning, okay?
And currently, we're challenged in the largest city in West Africa, country in West Africa, and not the continent, and challenged by, terrorism and the comes from the Sahel and the conflict of, climate change and all of that. We will be able to discuss this in a translation and see what Britain can do to accelerate the friendship, partnership, and the collaboration. Thank you so much.
Did you hear that? Being the big city in West Africa and Sahel area, that insecurity and challenges from Sahel area is affecting bringing terrorism to Nigeria and all that, which is very, very funny to hear because we know how the whole thing started. Now, this person also made Tinubu goes to London and blames Sahel states for terrorism. Here are the undeniable facts. Bola Tinubu, we are not your tribesmen who are too stupid to see through your hypocrisy. You are an irredeemable Oyiberibe, Bola Tinubu, or whatever your names is. Now, listen to this video. It's about 6 minutes clips. Listen.
I have held my tongue on Boko Haram for about a week since this broke, as I cogitated on it, and as I did research. And there are thousands of points that go into this, literally thousands of points. So I tend to get caught up trying to give you all my data points of why I'm telling you something before I ever get to what I'm going to say. But let me just say this. We know Boko Haram is working for Western intelligence agencies as a central Western or Western central destabilization force, just like they had PSYOPs to overthrow the Ukrainian government, who were State Department funded on record. They would say in the videos, I'm grassroots, I'm filming this myself, no one told me to do it. And that would end up, it was an actress funded publicly by the State Department. That's how dumb they think you are. So I knew Boko Haram, or Boko Haram, was a double, triple agent operation because the majority are Christian and animist. We add those two groups together in Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, like 300 million people or something now, almost. I mean, it's incredible. And that they're being used as a pretext to basically militarize the central government that, again, is Christian/animists or earth worship group, and that they're playing that group off against them so that Nigeria will take Western aid and more IMF World Bank funding, and so they can be controlled by the globalists. It's just like they brought AFRICOM the last few years into Africa. They took out Libya, put Al-Qaeda in. The federal government admitted last week that, oh my gosh, it was a total screw-up taking out Gaddafi. It's horrible there now. No colleges. The women are having burqas put on their heads. And Al-Qaeda is using it to launch attacks all over Africa. It was a perfect military base for clandestine Al-Qaeda operations in Libya. That was the plan. Now the U.S. military and the French military in Ivory Coast and North Africa, everywhere else, can come in and invade. And they just say on the news it's to fight Al-Qaeda. But even the president of the Ivory Coast earlier this year said, no. It is white mercenaries taking over the oil rigs, and then NATO shows up with France to kick them out and takes the nation's oil rigs. And the presidential palace blows up. You know, it was in a couple of those. Ivory Coast is one country. There's a couple others. So Sierra Leone, you name it. I mean, it's so much of this is going on. I can't even keep track of it, and I know the countries and the players. in Guyana and all the rest of it. I mean, it's just full out war in Africa. And the governments even get it. These are pro-Western governments that are being double-crossed, by the way. These are Christians and tribalists, animists, you name it. They're not even Muslims. And they're in the news. You can pull it up, saying this is staged. They run the radical Muslims. So I wanted to go over some of this to explain what's happening. But basically, it's just a smokescreen. Now, there's the global research headline. CIA covert ops in Nigeria, fertile ground for U.S.-sponsored balkanization. And that's an article from, I guess, 2 days ago. They are for destabilization, balkanization, crises, so the UN, NATO, and the globalists in Africa can come in then with Marshall plans for Europe, Marshall plans for Africa, Marshall plans for Pakistan. I mean, why did the U.S. government fly 44,000 Taliban al-Qaeda leaders and top military and al-Qaeda in the airlift of evil 2 months after the war started in 2001? Why did they fly them out in November, started in September? Why did they fly them out and give them weapons and gold? Well, it's untraceable gold to buy more weapons to then attack and destabilize and infiltrate the government of Pakistan. But just here's one example today on this from Breitbart. Hillary Clinton protesting designation of Boko Haram as terrorist group. Well, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton fought hard against officially designating the Islamists of Boko Haram as a terror group, placing her in the camp of far leftist group MoveOn.org. They're not far left, folks. George Soros was a Nazi collaborator. He funds MoveOn. They have to cover every area of the chessboard. They have to be the liberal opposition, so no real opposition to war forms. It's like The Thing, the 1980s John Carpenter film. It plans to take over the whole world, ladies and gentlemen.
So I hope you are following, right? When we talk about Democrats, we talk about Democrats in America, don't feel offended if you're a fan. Look at this headline here. Hillary Clinton protested the designation of Boko Haram as a terrorist group back then. She was against it. Of course, with this South African man again.
And he will play the part of every group. That's why it keeps winning. Hillary Clinton is an ultra wicked, anti-human garbage, a psychopathic demon, a full spectrum dominance worm. But right here, why do you think you saw Michelle Obama last week sickeningly saying, bring back her girls with a look? It gives them moral high ground. Look, we're fighting radical Islam. Look, we care about women's rights. Meanwhile, the group is globalist run. And they're going to use it to invade all of Africa to, quote, hunt down anybody they want, bypassing radical Muslims and going right at the Christians they kill all over Africa. Just like the UN did in 94.
All these things just go. The only way to stop it is disintegration of Nigeria. That if you like, massage it from now to that kingdom come. Yeah, you're actually giving the date for your own for them to take your life. If you know, you know. So Joseph Okechukwu also, because remember, Tinubu went to UK and he said something. So let's start from Queen B. Queen B said, the Mugu has fallen. Congratulations, United Kingdom. You know, master strategist indeed. In as much as people are pointing hands at Westerners about insecurity and the existence of Boko Haram, Iswap and everything, that now is clear to some people. Some are still doubting it. That it's been foreign sponsored. Okay. Now let's pay attention to the headlines. Okay, that's what you're seeing here. Okay, this is from British Steel, the company in Britain. British Steel increases production after signing £70 million export deal for Nigeria. Right? It is about Britain, what they're going to gain from it. Government.org.uk, it says this good from this month must be from Palace. He said, press release, record-breaking order for British Steel as UK and Nigeria sign landmark £746 million port deal. UK Expert Finance announces support for UK experts to supply high-value projects in Nigeria. Has nothing to do, how is it going to benefit you? No. It's about Britain. See the handshake here. All right? And the write-offs, they are celebrating. You know, they are very happy about it. British Steel is increasing production after securing one of its largest ever securing one of the. Okay, British Steel is increasing production after securing one of its largest ever export order, a £70 million contract for port redevelopment in Nigeria. The agreement with the Hinge Construction Africa Limited will see British Steel supply 120,000 tons of steel to help modernize Tinker Island and Lagos Apapa Port Complex. What do you call it? I mean, you know all those things, that this contract is about Britain. You know that. You know. And this is not the end, because Joseph Okechukwu says something. You know, I mentioned his name, and he said the man literally went to UK to openly renewed the chains of colonial enslavement, downright satanic and beyond shameful. All this will fail, not because Nigerians have any strength left in them to do anything, but because destiny has already proposed the crash of his evil empire in our lifetime. Nothing can stop what is coming. That is from Joseph Okechukwu. So a lot of people are commenting, talking about this, simply because the idea of Buhari, I always say Buhari, the idea of Tinubu in Africa, in Nigeria, is still confusing. People are questioning him, a lot of comments, a lot of issues that are attached to it. So many issues that comes with it. So Nigerian lose killed citizens to West and in return receiving deported criminals. Nigerian woman fought Tinubu over dangerous asylum agreement with UK government. This one has to do with the rumor that British government have signed or agreed to deport, according to their words, criminals to Nigeria. When the news broke out, I was like, is it about Nigerian citizens or foreign asylum seekers like Ukrainians or people from Iran or Syria? You remember, there was a time the British government were pushing to send some people from Europe, refugees to some countries in Africa, which most of these countries rejected it. I've forgotten there's countries that Britain begged or requested for them to open door for them to ship in some refugees to their base. So initially I didn't know which country, where are they from, those asylum seekers. Some people have come up and said no. Some people said that no, it's about Nigerians. It must be Nigerian citizens and all that. Let's go from parallel facts. He said Nigerian lose skilled citizens to West and in return receives deported criminals. Nigerian women fought Tinubu over dangerous asylum agreement with the UK. A Nigerian woman, Oreluwo Bukola, has sharply has sharply criticized Bola Tinubu over recent agreement he signed with the United Kingdom, warning the development poses a major threat to Nigeria. Bola Tinubu, during his just concluded visit in UK, signed an agreement to help deport people who fail to get asylum and criminals in the country. This criminal, is he anybody that is a criminal that will send to Nigeria? Can you imagine British, Nigerian government telling Britain that these are criminals? Imagine what they will say, the reaction. This was announced by the UK Home Office on Thursday. According to reports, there are about 961 Nigerian asylum seekers in the United Kingdom who have used up all their appeal rights. This means they have been officially decided not to qualify for refugee status in UK. So if they are if there are 961 people, that is huge. That is huge. Anyway, there are also 1,110 Nigerian nationals who are offenders, and the Home Office is waiting to send them back. Oh wow! So 1,110 people have committed crime in UK. Hey God, I'm very good. The agreement will also help send back Nigerians who stayed in UK longer than their visa allowed. Reacting to the agreement in a post on X, Oreluwa, I hope I pronounced it, Bukola, described this situation where the country continued to lose its skilled citizens while receiving deported criminals in return as dangerous. Even I think former Prime Minister of Britain, what's the name of that man? Johnson, I think British Johnson, in his last visit to Nigeria, precisely in Imo State, bragged on how they send wine and shekbe to Nigeria, and in exchange of best bread from Nigeria. In Nigerian soil, he said it. Kolo kolo before everybody. And what did the Nigerian politicians and leaders did? They laughed over that, and no problem, no problem. These are content that some people are myopically believe that somehow, one day is going to work. It's gonna be very, very, good for everybody. Anyway, I can lament all I care. But at the end of the day, they're not gonna listen. It doesn't matter what I say here. The only solution is what the choice that you and I make. That is what determines our future. These guys have made their choice. They have made their stand. They're not gonna listen. Please make sure you like the video and let me know what you think about all of this course so far. It doesn't matter what I think. Your choice is your choice. Remember, your freedom is in your hands. And what does that mean? Do what you're supposed to do, so secure it for final push. God bless you and see you again. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye for now.